Okay, tag team 1 for the first half of Roger's life, and a younger, fresh recruit tag team 2 for the second half. Roger was a passionate and not too bitter former athlete who, during a game of pickup basketball, got robbed of his career in the NBA or NFL with a very untimely knee injury. But not to be deterred, he found multiple and very creative ways of being in the game. Let me just share a few highlights. When the Colts came rolling into town in 1984 in the middle of the night in Mayflower moving vans from Baltimore, Roger and his brother Jeff and a friend Bob Clark, not being deterred from not winning season tickets through the lottery, decided to start the first Colt fan club, the Thundering Herd. Todd knows it well. Thinking that the team couldn't possibly deny them season tickets if they were bringing their own devoted fans to the stands. And believe it or not, this one actually worked. For many years, the Thundering Herd was known far and wide as the official fan club of the Indianapolis Colts. And Roger always had prime seats at the game and was well known by players and Colt personnel as the go-to guy if they needed an audience and a cheering squad to show up. Also a lifetime fan of the Indy 500, after many, many years of dragging our coolers of beer and fried chicken to the stands for qualification and race day during the month of May. Again, with our best friends, Brad and Denise. Would you want to stand again? There's a theme here.
Oh, there's a theme.
Oh, I think they're sweating alongside the masses of humanity on the straightaway. Roger began wondering how he could again get in the game. Believing he may be good at separating funds from corporate advertising budgets and aligning with very needy race teams, he approached Kelly Racing and driver Scott Sharp with a proposal which moved him from the stands to the corporate suites, where the real action and the big money is walking around unencumbered. And the race was on. Yes. Now we ate fried chicken and drank beer that someone else dragged to the table. In air-conditioned suites. Ah, the sweet life. Then came the big announcement that the Indianapolis Motor Speedway would be aligning with NASCAR. Again, never to be left on the sidelines, Roger quickly put together a car, a driver, Gary Bettenhausen, and sponsorship for the inaugural Brickyard 400. Of course, a suite full of friends and corporate sponsors to watch Gary qualify. The tears, of course, flowed when Gary failed to qualify, but a true dreamer is never deterred and is incapable of not continuing to dream of the what-ifs. So, while sitting one day in his office, oh yes, I believe I failed to mention he did actually have a job. I know, how did he find the time? But I digress. While sitting in his office one day with evidently nothing better to do, another dream began to form. With the 100th anniversary of the very first Indy 500 race in 1911 approaching within 2 years, what if he could put together a major motion picture telling of the building of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? The first race, the first drivers of that race, and all the drama, scandalous affairs, and stories circling around the controversial finish. And the winner of that first race, the great Ray Haroon. His next adventure began. He found the writer, producer, director, possible actors, cars, property, funding. Oh yeah, about that.
It didn't happen.
Spielberg's funds were evidently tied up in his next 2 blockbusters, Tintin and The War Horse, so, truly his loss. Roger also dreamed great dreams for his daughters. He had very high aspirations for his firstborn daughter, Andrea. Where's Andrea?
Hiding.
Hiding.
You can come up here.
Oh gosh.
Are you having fun?
This has been building up for 44 years.
Katrina, this is great therapy.
You can all pay us $100.
Great high aspirations for his firstborn daughter, Andrea, who he was confident had inherited his athletic abilities and desire for greatness. We'll never forget, she was 5 years old in her first softball season out in left field when the ball was actually hit and coming directly to her. Her big moment was right there, ready to hit her mitt, but a beautiful butterfly caught her eye, and her big moment rolled right past her. In one of his proudest moments, Roger shot up out of the stands and screamed, "Andrea, what do you think this is, a game?"
She's
fine.
You said it. I confess.
Yeah, it was awesome. Despite feeling grossly misunderstood, he continued for many years to be Andrea's loudest and most passionate cheerleader, and decided to move from the stands to the coaching team. Oh, yes, he did. I had so much material into me.
She had to clear this with her publisher.
Did you vet this?
Is this a book sign?
Oh, had I only done that. Another very inspirational moment came when our youngest daughter / athlete, Ashley, can you stand, please? Yes. Was coaching third base.
I was coaching.
No, you were, yes. Had a nice hit. Oh, let me go back. Ashley had a really nice hit and had just taken first base. Her coach / dad was coaching third base and gave her the signal to steal from first all the way to third. When she refused, he called time, marched across to the first base, getting inches from her face, and in his most controlled voice said, "Would you like to repeat, Nick, what he said to Ashley?" It was the first occurrence of this quote. "I am your coach. You do as I tell you, or I'll rip your head off and spit down your throat."
And I did.
Really, I'm sorry I didn't start a book from the very beginning entitled Roger's Most Inspirational Moments. I think it really would have been a bestseller.
This is why he has no children.
Are we good?
Okay, I think I've caught you up on all of Roger's greatest moments that have been great banter around the holiday table for many, many years.
Here we go.
And why it's been very fulfilling, fun, reminiscing. I would be amiss if I failed to say that this dreamer taught our girls, our grandson Braden, and anyone who came within 2 feet of him for more than 2 minutes, to never quit, never give up, never let him see you sweat. There's no such thing as a dream too big or audacious. Enjoy every minute of the ride, whether it turns out exactly as you hoped and planned or not. And the only failure is in not trying. Just like that ant attempting to move that rubber tree plant. Always have high apple pie in the sky hopes. And the three of them sang that together at bedtime for many, many, many years. Roger, I'm gonna cry. You gave me 2 of my greatest dreams, and our daughters, Andrea and Ashley.
And although I could hardly not roast you on the great dad moments, the reality is your heart and desire has always been to be the absolute best dad you could be and provide everything for your children needed to survive and thrive in this world. Of all your successes, that hands down is your greatest. And I would be amiss if I didn't mention the blessing of Rochelle and Maddie and Peyton, wherever Peyton is, coming into our family. As with our new grandson, Myrick, it seems as if they were always intended to be part of our family. They were placeholders with their names on them. Rochelle could be no better choice to be Roger's wife for this portion of his life. You made it so unbelievably easy to love you, embrace you, and seamlessly slip into this next phase of our family. I love you.
I love you too.
We love you, and we are blessed and privileged to call you all family.
Thank you.
Can we raise our glasses one more time? Roger, here's to many more years of big dreams fulfilled, life well lived with your family who loves you, respects you, and wishes you long life, health, peace, joy, and to be all God destined you to be. Happy 65th birthday.